This video is about page setup and formatting in Google Docs. To begin, to find the page setup area, you come to the File menu within Google Docs and choose Page Setup. The options it gives you are, do I want the portrait or landscape setup, an upright or sideways format for my document? I can change the paper size here, but I don't recommend it because many printers on campus will only have letter size. You can also control your margin sizes. Basically, a margin is just an area of space around the edge of your document which can be untouched by anything you type or print. If you make changes and you say, I want to use them every time, you could set as default. You can also change a page color. Again, I don't recommend this change, but you have the option. Within the document, there are some formatting items which might be useful for you. You can find many under the Insert menu. So I'm going to go ahead and let's see here. Yeah, I've picked a place in the list. I'd like to have 5 items in my list appear, and then I'd like the rest of the list to continue on the next page. So to do so, I normally would have to place the cursor at the start of the line that I would like to move and start pressing Return or Enter to move down the page. And that will work. It's just a lot of steps, and if I ever change what's above it, then that number 6 might or might not still be at the top of the next page. For example, let's go ahead and I'll use that bad technique, put it at the top of the next page, and then I'm going to, well, I want an extra blank space here. Now if I return down here, that blank space also pushes this item on the next page. So I'm going to undo until we're back to where we started, and the undo command is Command Z. And let's use the Insert command instead to insert a page break. The page break says this always starts a new page. It basically is a hidden character that says I don't care what happens before me, I begin a page. And that can be very useful as I add more things. So let's say now I go ahead and I add a picture. I'm going to just paste an image that I copied, and that image should push a large section down out of the next page, but no, because of the page break, that is remaining where I asked it to be. So that could be pretty useful. Alright, another item that you can insert would be a horizontal line. For example, after I get to the end of the person who wrote this, I'm going to press Enter and insert a horizontal line. This visually separates the title from the rest of the article. I think that can be very nice. Another thing that you can do to edit a document is to add a header or a footer. A header is often a way to get your information to appear on every page without actually having to type it repeatedly again and again. So let's do that first. I'm going to come to the Insert menu and choose Insert Header. For the header, I'm going to go ahead and put the title of my document, Amazing Dog and Puppy Facts, and my name. And you know what? I want that. I'm going to go ahead and use some of the formatting techniques I would on a page. I'll gray it out. I'll bold the first part. And now, by doing that, I can click back into the document, and you can see that on the top of every page, in the margin, I can see my little header. Now I want to put page numbers. I'm going to go ahead and insert a footer this time. A footer is the same thing, only it appears at the bottom of each page. And when you're adding a footer, like page numbers, I'm going to go ahead and type the word page and a space. This is a label because I also have an insert page number. Now notice that these have a couple different options for us. These two actually will appear in the header. Notice they're at the top of the little document, and these will appear in the footer. They're at the bottom. So the question is, do I want to start the numbering on the second page, like in the case of a title page? I would choose this. Or on the first page? Well, mine is a first page thing, and I want it to appear in the footer, so I'll choose this option. And see how it has a little gray box around it? That means that it's going to automatically populate that with the appropriate data. I'm going to say page 1 of, and what I'm doing is I'm going to insert the page count. So it knows that this is page 1 of 3, and then on subsequent pages it'll be page 2, page 3, and so on. So let's go ahead and click back into the document and scroll down, and you can see that the page numbering is doing its job as well.